This is Let Us Interrupt You here on Wednesday. Yes, we're here another Wednesday. I'm sorry we weren't here on Tuesday, but we have busy schedules. February 23rd, 2022. We got a lot to cover, a lot to dish out. A lot of Antonio Brown drama, a lot of Brian Flores drama.
All-Star Weekend was trash.
All-Star Weekend was complete trash. And Freddie Freeman could possibly be leaving Atlanta to become a different baseball player on a different team. It's crazy, right? Could be a big possibility. And is Jeremy Swayman the future of the Boston Bruins?
I'm the future of the Boston.
I mean, all I can say is right now is that there's hope for that team, but honestly, right now, who the hell knows? They're second in the wild card right now in the NHL standings. Right now, the trade deadline is happening within the next week or two. So hopefully the Bruins make some moves, but at the same time, don't get your hopes up. It's Bruce Cassidy. It's that ownership there. Right now, they're not even paying attention to Swin. All they think about right now is what the hell is Tuukka Rask doing. So with that, I am Joseph Alvo. That guy right there is Michael Smith, Michael Jordan Smith. Yeah. He's got his little, I don't even know if that's Planet Fitness or Edge Fitness gym shirt. Edge Fitness gym shirt on. I got a Tom Brady shirt on today. I was going to find my Let Us Interrupt You shirt. I don't know where the hell that is. And trust me, as much as I want to find that shirt, I also at the same time want to be able to create a market so I can sell it to you guys. Make it available. But right now it's been an issue just getting YouTube to get into doing that, getting the conversation for others to do that. But it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy last few weeks. And you want to know who's also crazy right now? Who's been crazy right now? Who's been crazy acting bipolarish? Antonio Brown,
of course,
who once again trashed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Why? Because he wants attention. This is what he said the other day. He blamed the Buccaneers for his injury. This is what he said, quote, "They tried to hurt me intentionally. Sent me out there after knowing I was still hurt." He says that Tom Brady lied to him. Tom said he would throw it if I can play hurt. I came. He didn't throw it. Imagine being hurt, having to play through this, and being lied to. He continues to insist that Bruce Arians made him play hurt. Coach said if I couldn't run on this, get the bleep out of there. That's just here's my opinion. I probably could tell you right now. I don't think Bruce. I think he was telling the truth about Bruce Arians. I'm convinced of that. I don't think he said get the F out of the game.
Bruce saying get the F out of the game.
I don't think he said that. I just said get the F off the field and just sit down. I think that's what he meant. I think Antonio Brown took this the wrong way. I don't think he meant get the F out of the game, although you never know because him and Bruce have been feuding now since the 2020 NFL season, so who the hell knows? That's been behind the scenes. But we don't get that information because it's about this past season, right? Mm-hmm. That's the reality here. To me, I don't think Brady wanted Antonio Brown to play hurt. I think he had other playmakers. I think he wanted to develop every playmaker he had in there possible. I think he wanted to give Antonio Brown a chance.
There's a lot of weapons on that team. So.
Exactly, and I think honestly, I don't think Brady was obsessed with having Antonio Brown back. I don't think he said everybody on the team sucked. I don't. I just think the fact of the matter is Antonio Brown quit. He wasn't getting the rock. Mike Evans already confirmed this on a report with an interview the other day. We already talked about this the other day. But this story came from CBS Sports from John Breach. This was posted on Monday. The story came out. And my opinion on this right now for Antonio Brown is that he's once again the biggest crybaby in the NFL, and he's not even on an NFL team. And this is why no one's going to pick him up during free agency. If I'm the Bengals, I stay away from him. If I'm the Bills, I stay away from him. If I'm the New England Patriots, I stay away from him. It's that simple. If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, stay far away from him as much as possible. You're trying to develop a young quarterback in this league. Possibly if you get Kenny Pickett. Possibly if you get.
The last thing you need is a attention-seeking diva wide receiver.
And you know what else?
They already got one.
He might as well be the next Kanye West at this point because you know what's going to probably end up doing, and I guarantee you this one right now. He'll end up hooking up with Kim Kardashian. Guarantee it. He'll copy everything that Kanye West has done because he just has that same mannerisms, the same attitude, the same going back into the past bullshit. Creating feuds for no reason at all, like Kanye does with Pete Davidson. I mean, there's no reason for it.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it. And I think in reality, here's my question. Why is Antonio Brown bringing this up now again? And for what reason? For what thing? Is he getting paid to do this interview? Does he know he's not making an NFL team? He's going to talk trash about it and try to create sympathy? Because if anybody's going to simp out for this guy, you're wasting your time. You're not getting the Antonio Brown that you saw in Pittsburgh. You're probably
it's really
not.
sad what's happening with AB though.
You're not even getting
A
the Antonio.
surefire Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
In the past 2, 3, 4 years, it's just been like, what the hell happened to him?
Yeah, he's not been the same guy. And I'm convinced right now it's the fact that he just doesn't care. He doesn't care. He thinks he can do it without the training camp, without the practices, without this, without that. If he's not getting the ball, he's not playing in the game.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, he had multiple opportunities to get the ball in some games. Sometimes Brady overthrew it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes, Brown needs to change direction on certain routes.
Force the ball into double coverage against him.
Right, exactly.
If he sees an open receiver, he's going to pass it to
Exactly. Like Brady's not going to he's not going to throw you 20. He's not going to throw 20 interceptions because he's trying to get into Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But Brown doesn't care. He wants the money. He wants the recognition. He wants the attention. He wants the spotlight. Well, here he's got it here in this case. He's absolutely got it. This right here didn't make matters any better. In fact, it made it worse because now at this point, he's just whining to anybody that wants to listen to him, that wants a little boost up for his podcast, for their podcast, or wants a little boost up for his ego. If he was trying to make him, if he's trying to get attention. Really, dude, we don't want the attention. We don't want to hear you. Shut your mouth. Move on. The reality of it is you got cut. You made yourself get cut from the team. You complained about not getting the ball. You took your clothes off for no apparent reason whatsoever. They thought you were freaking streaking at the freaking game. They couldn't recognize your dumbass. And then on top of everything else, you're walking around barefooted. Who the hell walks around in January in MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, almost butt-ass naked, walking around the field with bare feet on? What was the point of this? I don't get it. Was it a distraction? Were you trying to spite the Bucs? Were you hoping for them to lose the game? Were you hoping them to get so distracted and so distraught? Do you know you're playing with Tom Brady, who can throw it to literally anybody? He can throw it to me, for Christ's sakes.
Or me.
And I make the catches. I would make the one-hand catches. I'd make the crazy catches, the flip in the air catches. I would make anybody. No one could cover me. Period. I'm untouchable. But you are a complete waste of space. All you do is cause drama where it doesn't have to be happening. When I say drama, think about when his lasting image in Pittsburgh back in 2018. He didn't play in the game. He refused to go into the game and play for the Steelers. He came in there. He
the whole team.
Exactly, and he wore some fur coat at the game, not dressed, just stood around there. And I'm thinking to myself, nobody on his team even wanted to go near him. You want to know who talked to him for the game? The referees did, and the other coach for the other team that they had to face that day. I think it was the Bengals that day. I'm pretty sure it was Marvin Lewis.
Yeah,
but that was it. That's all who taught him throughout the entire game. And I said to myself, this guy's a freaking idiot. You want to know what the saving grace for him is? Someday, if he goes to the Patriots and plays for Tom Brady, and long and behold, I was right about that prediction. The only difference was that
one game. It was a good game though, but then the sexual allegation happened, and they were just like, no.
Didn't he play for 2 games? Didn't he play in that opener?
It was 1 game against the Dolphins. He had like 45 yards and 2 touchdowns.
But didn't he play against us? Didn't the Steelers play them too? Like, didn't he play the Steelers like week 1 of that season?
No.
He didn't play in that game at all? Oh, that's right. He didn't play in that game. That's right. I forgot.
He only played
because he was just signed. Oh, that's right.
Just signed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Had a good game.
They didn't have a jersey number released for him until like the following week, which was insane.
I think he wore, I believe it was number 17, I believe.
Yeah. So
had a good game. Sexual allegations came out like after the game, and then they cut him the next day.
You want to know what the funny thing of it is? He paid the girl off after that happened because all she wanted was money because the sexual allegations weren't even true. That's why he got cut. Not because of the allegations came out, but because of the fact. But because of the fact of the matter is that he paid the girl off $50,000. They figured, why are you paying this girl $50,000? Did you do it, or are you just doing it to shut her up? Because she could have asked for more money. She could have. And if you think about it, really, that was part of his incentives, I guess, to play in that one game against it, which I guess he blew through his incentives. Apparently, they already gave him his incentives ahead of time because I guess he asked for that in his contract. And I guess he blew in that one case. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that's kind of dumb. That's kind of pointless. And if you didn't do it, why didn't the NFL? And here's my question. And let's just say this actually did come out to be true. Let's just say this actually was a thing. If this actually came out to be true, and there was like a case involved, which by the way, I think there was a case involved in this whole thing. Why didn't the NFL suspend him after he was signed with the Buccaneers in 2020? Because Brady made sure and the Bucs made sure that he was saved.
No, wasn't he like suspended already?
For that?
No, I mean
for the COVID card thing. That was actually this past season.
No, I think it was something else, but
no, it was for the COVID card stuff. They found out he had a fake COVID card, got suspended for it, why he was injured. And, it just happened to like, oh, we're going to take advantage because the NFL just took advantage of it, like the savages that they are. But yeah, Antonio Brown throwing shade at the Buccaneers like this, it's completely freaking pointless. I think that this is like a really bad love triangle with Tom Brady, Bruce Arians, and Antonio Brown. And if you look at the description there, when I put in there why it looked like why Brown and Brady and Arians walk into a therapy room, there you go. They air out their dirty laundry. It would be better if it was in person, face to face, with all three of them airing out their shit. But here's the thing: Brady wants control, Brown wants more money and the ball, and Bruce Arians just wants to be the greatest head coach of all time. He wants to become the next Bill Belichick. Well, guess what? That's never going to happen, buddy. It's never going to happen. Let it go. And the reality of it is, Bill Belichick was responsible for one Super Bowl win that Tom Brady had. You want to know what it was? The very first one. That's it. That's all. Goodbye. Bruce Arians, all you do is take credit for other people's accomplishments. And look at this. Think about the accomplishments you were a part of. You were part of the Peyton Manning regime in Indianapolis in 2006. You were the quarterback coach there that nobody even knew that was even there, right? You worked with Peyton Manning. You worked with Big Ben when he won his second Super Bowl. And then you became the head coach for the Colts for about 5 or 6 weeks when Bogano had cancer. You try to take credit for improving Andrew Luck's career. I'll tell you this one. You made Big Ben better, and you want to know who you made better in your time in Arizona? Carson Palmer.
Definitely.
Carson Palmer had a rejuvenated career in Arizona because of you. That's it. Those are the only two guys you've fixed.
QB whisperer.
Exactly.
He has helped a lot of quarterbacks.
He has. Don't get me wrong. I just think Big Ben and
in terms of Tom Brady didn't need help.
Tom Brady never even needed Bill Belichick.
He was already great.
He was already great the first time around. And the thing of it is, here's the thing that really gets me. He wants all the credit in the world for the play call and all this stuff right now. You notice that kind of works if Brady agrees with it. And that's only if Brady agrees with it. That's
Brady
it.
Could go up to a play and just audible.
Exactly. And it works. So I don't know what the hard feeling is. Oh, that's right, though. You want more recognition because you want to add it to your Hall of Fame status. You want to add it to your thing. Fine. Whatever the case may be. You're not the sole reason for Peyton Manning's greatness, and you're not the reason for Tom Brady's greatness. That's all I'm saying. You know what you're the reason of right now? The freaking bullshit between Brown and the Bucs. That's all you've created so far. You've created a complete unnecessary energy from this drama. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. If Bruce Arians didn't have this little freak out, because I think he was sick of Antonio Brown's antics. I think he was pissed off about the fact that he had a fake COVID card and he just recovered from cancer. I don't blame Bruce Arians if he's mad about this. I really honestly don't. Like, I know people who are just recovering from cancer and stuff like that. Would you want that person to be around claiming that they were vaccinated and they had a fake COVID card the entire time? I'd say, fuck you. Who do you think you are? And excuse my language for swearing on the air. But you know something? That's the truth. I think it's complete. Well, I know. But in case I got some younger viewers out there, I got some kids out there, I got some parents out there who are going to come at me later on with an angry Karen attitude, I apologize. But actually, I apologize for nothing. I'm just going to air out my grievances here. Yeah. The whole thing of it is that the Antonio Brown, the Bruce Arians, and Tom Brady story might as well be in a therapy room session together with Dr. Steve Wilkos. That's what this sounds like right now at this point and what needs to happen. It's never going to happen because if it would happen, it'd be insane. I think Antonio Brown would be off the stage and Steve Wilkos would just throw a chair. And Tom Brady and Bruce Arians would just be there like, we're here. They'll be the only ones sitting in a chair, calm, cool, and collected. Antonio Brown would just lose his crap. Let's be honest. The guy can't keep his act together. He's all about the money. He's all about the fame and fortune. And you want to know something right now? If he gets in the Hall of Fame someday, it's only because they have sympathy for him, and they actually have somebody out there who's going to be acting all Black Lives Matter prejudice, and they're going to turn to a Black Lives Matter shtick, even though Antonio Brown doesn't give a crap about that at all, never did. And in reality, he just causes more drama for anybody who's a head coach. He caused Mike Tomlin drama. He's causing Bruce Arians drama, and he's causing drama with the other coaches in the league. That's it. Doesn't matter if he's white or black. Antonio Brown is a bipolar, sad excuse of a football player who was great and now is great at complaining. Wah, wah, call a freaking wambulance. Anyway, I'm done with that. I'm done with that rant. I'm done with that take. I'm done with this subject. Let's move on to something else. Juanan Howard, who I guess had a little incident, a little angry Ken moment, punched one of the coaches in the face during a game against the matchup against Wisconsin. Suspended for 5 games, which is basically the rest of the regular season, and it was fined 40.
In terms of that, I don't know what happened.
Fined for $40,000. Well, here's what happened.
They're all shaking.
Here's what happened.
Then Juan Howard just got up and
so Wisconsin called a timeout with about 15 seconds left to go. They're already up by 14 at 15 at this point. They could have just walked up the court and called it up as it is. I guess Juwan Howard didn't like the fact that Wisconsin, for whatever reason, called a random timeout. Mm-hmm. That upset him. Because I guess apparently they didn't like the fact that Michigan was playing too hard. I guess blah, blah, blah. And I guess there's a little unprofessionalism, I think, towards the end of the game, I think, before that even happened, besides that point. So Juwan Howard didn't like the fact, got in his face, threw the punch. Wisconsin guy, coach, I forgot his name, did a little DX suck it thing, and then that was the end of it. I mean, it just, in reality, Juwan Howard had a little meltdown. He was unprofessional, and there might be a chance he might get fired after the season, after the suspension's over and done with. He might get fired still, despite all this.
Speaking of Michigan, I want to ask on it. That former Michigan QB Denard Robertson is joining the Wolverines staff as an assistant director of player personnel.
For the football team?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's wonderful. Fantastic with Denard Robertson. That's because he couldn't make it in the NFL.
Yeah, he really couldn't.
No, he couldn't. He sucked for crap. He couldn't even throw the ball, for Christ's sakes. He was worse than Tim Tebow. And yes, I did say that. Come at me, all you freaking Robinson fans. If you think for one thing that guy was better than Tim Tebow, you're out of your freaking mind. Anyway. So I got more of the story here about this Juwan Howard incident right here. Oh, I just had the thing, and my thing just started glitching. But anyway, yeah. But Juwan Howard had his little flip out moment. I mean, he basically punched. I mean, honestly, it was one of the worst punches I've ever seen thrown. I'm sorry. If you go back and watch the replay of those punches, I think all of them knew the punch was coming, which was the stupid part about the whole thing. I think when Howard threw the punch in there, my first thought was, man, he's going to whiff of this. Watch. He barely grazed one of them. Okay. And that's the thing that really gets me. He barely grazed one. This is the fight right here. This is according to CBS Sports. This was what happened. So he struck the coach. This is from Kyle Boone, by the way, what's today? Today's the 23rd. I don't know why this is from 2 days ago. But anyway, the madness broke out shortly after the final horn when guard confronted Howard, who appeared to be slow to enter the handshake line just near the scores table. Guard physically stopped Howard from moving past him. So guard was just wanting a handshake, trying to get in his face. Howard wasn't having it. Howard pushed his finger into guard's face, which led to even more intense discussion before Howard took a swing at the Wisconsin assistant coach Joe Krabinoff, landed an open hand strike. So before Howard even punched guard, the guy basically bitch slapped him. You know, I didn't even see Joe Krabinoff do that until I'm reading this article just now that was written by CBS Sports. I didn't see that either, to be fair. So I'm surprised they even brought that up. But you want to know something? If someone bitch slapped me in the face, I'd punch that person.
Exactly.
I would. I'm sorry. You initiated contact to my face. You want to hit me? I'll hit you back. Common sense. Why wasn't Joe Krabinoff suspended for the rest of the season? In fact, here's my question. Why wasn't it, since Wisconsin's going to be going to the NCAA tournament anyways, why was he suspended through that and suspended through the Big Ten tournament?
Honestly, at least he didn't get fired.
He still might. Michigan still might fire him at the end of the year. That could be a possibility. I don't think he should get fired.
He shouldn't get fired.
But I think in reality, it's the integrity of that school, because they don't want their name to be thrown in the mud that they had a coach that was still around after he punched somebody in the face. When in reality, he got bitch slapped first. I mean, let's be honest.
Self-defense.
It was self-defense. If somebody slapped me across the face, they get a black eye that same day. That's how I look at it. That is interview is sponsored by Powerade.
Yeah, I love Powerade.
Oh, I just need a drink there for just a second. Yeah. Anyway, so we're done with that subject. That was a pretty certain subject right now. J.C. Jackson, will he be a Patriot or will he be a free man?
The way it looks, most likely he's going somewhere else, because we all know as Patriots fans.
So you don't think they're going to franchise tag him and pay for that franchise?
I mean, there is a good chance, but I feel like JC will want a long-term extension.
I think he will
they'll
too.
franchise tag him and be like, yeah, I'm not going to play under the tag.
And they should.
Either pay me or let me go somewhere else.
Yeah.
They're going to rescind the tag. JC's going to probably go sign somewhere else.
Yeah.
As much as I want JC Jackson back, it looks like he might not be back.
I don't think he'll be back either. And I think, honestly, I think the one team that could actually use him is probably Green Bay.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Rodgers ain't going to come back to Green Bay.
They got Jair, they got Stokes.
Stokes is not that good.
It's only his second year.
Stokes is garbage. I would trade Stokes if I was Green Bay at this point. Trade him to a different team that needs him. Get an already developed defensive. Because let's be honest right now at this point anyway.
They got Jair, who's like probably one of the more underrated corners in the league.
I think he's rated the way he is. I don't think he's overall that great. There's nothing really flashy about him. He's not really that heavy of a cover guy. J.C. Jackson is. That's the difference. Mm-hmm. He can stay with you. He can cover well. And he's a ball hog. I think you need that in a Green Bay Packer team. A Packer defense hasn't had that in decades when it comes to their secondary.
Yeah, like New England has no cap. They only have $8 million.
I mean, either he goes there, JC, or he goes to Cincinnati. It's one of the two. Either he goes to Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh could use a ball hog defensive back because right now they don't have any.
Yeah, a lot of rumors he might go to the Ravens.
The Ravens?
Yeah. They'd be there.
You got Marlon Humphrey. You got Marcus Peters. I'm all set. I think they're all set too. I look at it like this. When you got a defensive set right now like they have right now, and Marcus Peters, granted, is coming off a torn ACL injury. Mm-hmm. That's granted. But I think, in my opinion, if they're going to do that, then they got to trade away Marcus Peters to New England for that. That's the only way that works out because I don't see how you get Marcus Peters and then you get J.C. Jackson and then you get Marlon Humphrey. Here's my question. Are you moving Marlon Humphrey to safety? Are you going to put J.C. Jackson into the mix with Marcus Peters? Or are you just going to move Marcus Peters somewhere else? You make him a safety. Or you're going to make J.C. Jackson a safety. He's too small to be a safety, J.C. Jackson is. So, to me, Ravens is not really a good fit in my opinion. I think you either go with Pittsburgh or you go with Cleveland. That's it. I mean, last week, Malcolm Butler already announced that he was a free agent, so who the heck knows? Maybe yeah.
Might re-sign with the Patriots.
Yeah, could be a possibility. Could be getting a cheaper guy, but I look at it like this. I would keep J.C. Jackson around.
And worst case scenario, they could draft another corner in the draft.
They could.
There are some good corners in this draft.
They could. Yeah, there's a lot. There's plenty of them in this draft. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. To me, I think he's a free man. My three destinies are either for him or either for Pittsburgh, Cincy, or Green Bay. Those are the only three teams I can see taking him. I could say Tampa Bay maybe because Carlton Davis is a free agent too. Mm-hmm. But I just look at it and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if he wants to go with that energy there with how. Although Tampa Bay could actually be better defensively if they actually have J.C. Jackson as a defensive back. I don't think Carlton Davis is anything special either.
Yeah.
Carlton Davis, if you want my honest opinion, I forgot who he was in the first place. I forgot he was still in the Buccaneer team. Started the past season. So there you go. Sorry, Carlton. No offense. You're like the most forgotten defensive back in the NFL, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna stick with the NFL. We had some more Brian Flores news. He was on the. They were talking about the other day on the Black and White Sports podcast with John Matrix and I forget the other guy's name. But they were talking about Brian Flores and how he not gave a lot of details in the Dolphins saga when he got fired. He claimed that he was fired because he was black. Honestly, he's just
one thing that's associated on race is like brought up into anything.
Oh, it is. But I've already made my case.
Honestly, why the Dolphins fired him? I have no idea.
He was on the
coach.
He was on I Am the Elite Athlete podcast the other day with Brandon Marshall and Chad Johnson. I mean, he was talking about a lot.
So there are probably a lot of sports organizations that are racist.
Oh yeah, but there are a lot of them. But that's not the reason why Brian Flores got fired. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you right now, it had more to do with Tua. Tua Tagovailoa started this whole freaking thing.
Yeah, mostly.
And you notice he hasn't even denied it. Think about it. He's never been on a press conference since then denying this even happened.
Yeah, now that you think about it, he hasn't said it.
I mean, it's been 4 weeks now.
He hasn't said anything about it. Just been doing
when the claim came out, it was coming out in the game when he played against the Tennessee Titans. Now, granted, I think Tua wanted to get benched in that game because he was playing so freaking terribly in that game when they got blown up by 31 points. I'm going to tell you right now, I would not be surprised.
And I guess the Dolphins chose the QB
over the coach.
They invested a lot in over the coach.
I think, in my opinion, right now so far, the investment has been a complete waste, a complete failure. And how is Mike McDaniels going to help out in this whole thing? Think about it.
He looks like
he's more of a defensive guy than anything else.
He looks like he would be a cool coach. Not gonna lie,
he would be a cool coach. But I mean, really, how is this guy with his magnitude?
Also, Starbucks for stuff.
Exactly. Was he even an offensive coordinator for no, but he was a defensive coordinator for
the 49ers.
Yeah. So how is a defensive-minded coach and a wide receiver coach in Wes Welker going to help out this QB? I don't get it. If I'm the NFL right now, I would make the owner sell the whole thing if the whole black thing's the case. I think he was being racist towards Brian Flores. Don't get me wrong, but that's not the reason why he got fired. The reason he got fired is because you're black. Is because your black quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, the Mr. Hawaiian Haitian woke guy, got pissed off that he had to stay in the game and take the loss against the Tennessee Titans. Boo freaking who? You stink. And you can't stay freaking healthy to save your freaking life. You're constantly injured. You got a hip problem. You've had a hip problem since before you left Alabama. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And in big-time games, even in college, you really weren't that great either. You had one miracle freaking touchdown pass in that 2018 game that still upsets me to this day, by the way, even though Georgia beat Alabama a month ago. The reality of it is,
Tua is not a good quarterback.
When you played against Clemson and Trevor Lawrence, didn't you throw for 3 interceptions in that game? If I'm not mistaken, or 2. I think he threw for 2 interceptions in that game. I'm pretty sure he did. He choked in that game too. He's a choke artist. And when the games get tough, he wusses out and bitches and complains. He got torched by Buffalo in 2020 in their last game of the year back in the 2020 season by 40 points. They lost 57-17. This game here, with everything on the line, with a chance to clinch a playoff spot and make it exactly. You lost 34-3. I don't want to hear it. Brian Flores wanted you to stay out there and take a loss like a freaking man. If you can't even do that in this league, get the F out.
Facts.
Tua is so freaking stupid. And I love it how this whole thing has been like, Tua's been so quiet about this whole thing because Brian Flores made it about him. You want to in reality what it is right now? It is about him, but at the same time, it's about Tua. Mm-hmm. It really is about Tua. Because Tua got him fired. And you want to know something right now? He didn't deny it. Even though they got to win against New England and they swept the Patriots for the first time in God knows how long, he didn't deny that happened. He didn't go out on the limbs saying that Flores is a great coach and I hope he sticks around. He didn't say it. Because you want to know why? Because the reporters knew the writing on the wall. Not even ask that question. Because he would tremble under pressure. He's not really a press conference kind of guy either. If I know this from Tua. He's not a good media guy. Mm-hmm. If I had to say, once Tua retires, what his future is going to be as far as analysis goes in the NFL, I think he's going to have his own podcast back in Hawaii with his brother. They're going to call it the Tagovailoa podcast. I can see it now.
Tagovailoa podcast.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a meaningless podcast about their times in Alabama. And one day, maybe in the future, when Brian Flores gets on there one day, if it ever happens, and I doubt it, he'll be on there and he'll probably slip up and say, like, Coach, I gotta be honest, I really didn't like you. It's gonna happen someday. It's gonna be 20 years down the road when the kid retires. But for right now, that kid's the reason why this whole thing's happening. He is. This is why he's got a lawsuit in the NFL. This is why the Wayne Rooney stuff right now needs to kick in effect more for just I would just say for the ownership. Because you want to know something right now? I think that NFL players rather have a black owner who's not on their asses as much, who wants the money for himself, than a black head coach. I'm just being truthful here. I think the white players don't care about the race as much, really. I think the black players do. The difference is you got black coaches out there who want an opportunity. And I can tell you right now that Tua is the prime example of a black player who does not want to have a black coach. He just doesn't. He got Brian Flores fired for no reason. By the way, when your team's 1-7 and you make it to a 9-8 year, that coach should not be fired. FYI, let's put it this way. You won 8 games and he only lost 1. You were 8-1 in your 9 games played. 9 games. You would have been a perfect 9-0 and actually made the playoffs. But you decided to not even try in that game, stay in and not stay in the game, by the way, because you didn't bother staying in the game when you were down by 30-plus points. Even though Brian Flores won. And I get it. I get it. There's people out there who just don't want to sit out there. They don't want to look at you anymore. Tua wanted to give Tua some minutes. He wanted Tua to get the experience of what it's like to lose badly. I get it. Rex Ryan did that with Mark Sanchez when he was playing against the Patriots back in 2010, when they lost that game 45-3 on the greatest stage of them all, Monday Night Football. I get it. I get the reasoning behind it. You want your quarterback to play like crap the entire game? Let him stay out there and take the heat. Let him be the most hated guy in New York for about a week or two, and then you'll find something good out of it. Mm-hmm. I think there's nothing wrong with that. If I was an NFL head coach, I would do the exact same thing. If my quarterback decided, I'm going to play like shit, the team's going to lose by 30, I'm going to sit out. I tell him, what? You're going to sit out? I don't think so. You're going right back out there and take the freaking loss and actually put up some decent yards and put up some decent garbage numbers and try to make the spread look good. Make yourself look good. Get a touchdown if you can, at least. Do something. But my God, the way the NFL is today is just ridiculous. It's just absolutely insane. Tua, oh, he hurt my feelings. Fire him. Screw you. Screw you, Tua. I never liked you anyway because you were an Alabama kind of guy. Anyway, now I even hate you even more. So there you go. If I'm ever on your podcast, I'm going to trash you. Just remember that. Anyway. God, I've done a lot more ranting than I really wanted to. Another thing I got to bring up too, Brian Flores mentioned the other day in the showing that he hasn't heard from Bill Belichick since the whole lawsuit incident happened. So it could be added fuel to the fire maybe for this whole thing. That was a report that was brought up. I think I have the article right here of that one too, actually. I have all my shit like saved up pretty much. And I do. I mean, I will admit that it's the only way for me to keep track. It really is. It's really the only way for me to keep track. Should I talk about Jackson Mahomes right now and how he might not be allowed to play, not allowed to go to Kansas City Chiefs games next year because his brothers don't want to go? Or no, should I not bother with that one?
Oh, sorry, sure. They had a sit-down convo.
Yeah.
Sit-down family convo. And Pat Mahomes was like, don't come to the game. Don't come to the game.
So he said it to both then. Because I didn't know if he said it to the girlfriend or not.
I'm pretty sure he did to both of them.
Oh, wow. Wow. Hey, you know what?
Hey. Honestly, like,
here's the
looking at what's her name? Brittany.
Yeah.
She seemed chill, but like, I guess like Patrick Mahomes' notoriety and fame.
I think in reality,
caused her to like, okay, yeah, I got a famous husband. I'm gonna get this attention now.
Yeah.
And she's been all over the place.
So
like, fame changes people.
Yeah. So Flores was on the
even
Brian.
If it's on the benefit from others.
Exactly. So he was on the Brian Gumbo show. Flores was, and he was asked about has he talked to Bill Belichick since then, since the whole thing happened. This is what Gumbo led off with. Since that now infamous text exchange with Bill Belichick, have you spoken with him? Flores quarterback saying, I have not. Gumbo says, have you tried to? Flores says, no, I haven't. I don't know why he's even mad at Bill Belichick. He made an honest mistake. He's in his 70s, for Christ's sakes. Mm-hmm. Let it go. The fact of the matter is he's got like 5 different Brians on his phone. He's done. He's got Brian Flores' number. He's got Brian Dable, his number. He's got his son's number. He's got probably his boat boy's number named Brian. He's probably got a freaking another Brian somewhere out there. Who knows? There's a lot of Brians in this world. He made an honest mistake. The Brian next door. The Brian next door, exactly. I mean, really. Why is Flores taking this so personally? This is what I'm not understanding. If a guy, let me put it this way. Let's say that you were going for a head coaching job. And
honestly, if it wasn't for him suing, then I feel like he probably would be
a head coach in the league. He would be.
He's the defensive assistant.
Linebacker coach too.
Linebacker coach. That's
he's both.
Major downgrade.
It is. It's a huge major
head coach.
So he's like he went from here.
He went from the highs to highs. Not even a bad head coach. To making a dumb decision trying to sue the NFL, let alone he still has a job.
I think he does, but
it's at the bottom of the totem pole.
But let's just say this for a minute: would you be upset if somebody texted you by mistake, like thinking that you were that particular person, but in reality it wasn't because they had the same name in there?
No,
exactly.
I'll be upset.
Brian Flores got offended just by that.
Okay,
I think he went on a whole other level of deepness right there to be mad at somebody and to blame them for this. Look, dude, he made a mistake. He's been in the league for 40, 50 plus years. Calm down. I would make that mistake too. Hell, yeah. I made that mistake before. I texted my uncle the other day, and I was trying to text him, and I texted another dude named Gene. I mean, it happens. It happens to everybody. I've got an Uncle Gene. I've got a friend named Gene. So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. It's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
But it's ridiculous of how emotional this guy gets right now. Like, let it go.
Really, that caused him to lose all head coaches.
And here's my opinion. If I was Brian Flores, I would just sue the Dolphins. If Stephen Jones was doing all these things, and he was, there's evidence against him with the whole money laundering and actually paying him to lose these games. He was trying to force the money on him, right? We already know this to be true.
Lose games, but yeah, he had
the Broncos and Giants, as far as I'm concerned, why are they getting the brunt of it? When they've denied everything and there's no evidence pointing to those two franchises, but there's more evidence pointing against the Dolphins. He should just sue the Dolphins. He should just sue the Dolphins. And I would have sued the freaking young quarterback. I don't care he's not making any money. He wants to treat me like a piece of shit. Go ahead. And Stephen Jones, of course, would give him all the money just to give to him. And Tua, who would someday have to pay that back to the owner.
There's such thing as tanking NFL. Like, yeah, okay, if you lose this amount of games, we will pay you.
Here's my opinion. I wouldn't even be surprised right now if the whole lawsuit wasn't settled. And the reality was Flores would win. And then at the end of the day, the Dolphins would pay him, but would make Tua give him the money. And then they would force Tua to pay back the owner someday. That wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Why would he pay back the owner if the owner's paying him?
But he's under a certain contract that he has right now.
He's under his rookie contract.
Exactly.
So
right now,
he was picked high. So
he's probably
rookie contract's like what, $20 million?
Yeah, he's probably going to try to sue Tua in the process. Tua's not got the funding for it. The Jones idiot guy's going to keep giving him the money, and then Jones, because Jones is such a greedy white owner, such a greedy screw job that he is, that he would just freaking ask for money back. He would take money out of his pay because that's how he is. He's a millionaire close to a billionaire who wants to spread his wealth around, and then when it gets down to it, wants you to pay him. It's like a cult down there in Miami. And I said about that for years about Miami.
He's only making rookies $1 million.
Yeah, rookies don't make a lot of money.
No, it depends on like how high you are. When you're like a 7th-round pick, you don't make crap.
No, you don't.
No more overall picks. Like the top 5 make the most. I'm pretty sure they make
No. I know, but I'm doing it based on the fact that he signed with the Dolphins.
In total, his full contract is like 4 years and $30 million.
Yep.
Well, it's weird because right here it says his base salary for the upcoming season is like $895,000, which is weird.
So he must not be in good graces with the owner.
No, that's a rookie contract.
Well,
cash earnings.
Yeah, but usually it's usually in the million range though, or it's either that or it's at
one. Oh, here's like the breakdown right here.
All right. Well,
base salary. I'm doing it based on the next season. $895,000. Signing bonus $480. Also, I guess a signing bonus.
Well, signing bonus comes into play. Yeah.
Yeah. Cap hit $8 million.
At least he's getting a bonus out of it. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. But right now, as far as Tua goes, he's not in good graces in my opinion. He got his coach fired. He's got the 3 NFL teams right now fearing for their life right now that Brian Flores might get more money from. And I think this is what it's about at the end of the day anyway. Because let's be honest, he got snubbed from the job. He should just sue the Dolphins, and he should have sued Tua personally. That's what I would have done. False accusations, which I mean, I can tell you right now though, in reality, he I guess there was rumors saying that Tua might have gotten into a fight with him after a game, but I doubt it.
No, maybe the allegations are true, maybe they're not. But
I don't know. I don't believe it.
If you want to say we should have drafted Mac Jones, which in reality they probably should have, but
who the hell knows? Anyway.
You should have drafted Herbert. That's what should have done.
So we're going back to the Tom Brady conversation. So Tom Brady was supposed to be removed from the roster in June. This was a report coming out a couple of weeks ago on CBS Sports that the Bucs would keep him on the roster until June, but they decide now that basically saying, yeah, we're done with you. We're gonna release you from the roster, obviously. So
they released his contract.
I guess they released his contract supposedly now. Now they're saying there's been spoilers right now saying that they found his replacement. I don't know how they could have found his replacement already because free agent didn't start.
Trask.
They're trying to get Kyler Trask. There's been rumors right now saying that they're trying to get Aaron Rodgers. There's been some rumors saying they're trying to get.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kyler Trask is a starting QB next year.
You wouldn't be surprised?
I wouldn't be. I mean, they drafted him.
I'm going to tell you right now, he's not going to be a starting quarterback. I'm going to tell you who the starting quarterback is going to be.
Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins.
I think it'd be Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson gets on that team next season. I'm going to tell you why. Because I can see Chris Godwin getting the extension that he gets because he's already planning on sticking around with the Buccaneers anyway. That was reported out yesterday that he is not interested in leaving to go to any other team. He wants a long-term deal.
Let me check the Buccaneers.
So
Buccaneers. And again, don't they have his bird rights? So they can sign him over the cap if they wanted to.
Exactly. They could do that. Exactly. They could do it, whatever the heck they wanted to do with it. But I can see Chris Godwin now sticking around. Deshaun Watson making a team. They decided
Gronk is probably going to leave. Fournette's probably going to leave.
Gronk's gone. But here's my opinion. Because Ndamukong Suh might be a free agent. Don't re-sign him. Don't re-sign him. Re-sign Leonard Fournette. Re-sign Chris Godwin. Pay Deshaun Watson. I think you're good. I don't think – and you get rid of that rookie contract, Kyle Trask. You get rid of him. You get a lousy veteran.
Why get rid of his rookie? His contract is relatively cheap.
Yeah.
He's probably making out $4 million over 4 years.
I'd say this. Either that or get rid of Blaine Gabbert. Get rid of Blaine Gabbert. Get rid of Blaine Gabbert. Keep Trask. It's less money you have to worry about right now. I would say cut back on some payments for some of the players on the team. That's how I look at it. You cut some contracts down. I mean, I think that's the only way you keep this team together.
4 years, $5.5 million. So he's not making much. So they can still keep him, honestly.
I mean, I have Leonard Fournette going as a Buffalo Bill still. I think that's still a possibility. But I think if Deshaun Watson ends up going to Tampa Bay, I think they're going to try to convince because if Godwin's going to try to re-sign, I can tell you right now, I think Leonard Fournette might re-sign. That might be a possibility. But I just
Leonard Fournette's probably going to go somewhere where he can be an RB1. Which honestly,
he was already an RB1 to begin with in Tampa Bay anyway. He was never an RB2.
No, it was between him and Jones, but then Jones got injured.
Was Jones really the number one? No, it was Leonard Fournette.
For a time, yes, he was.
And I look at it like this, and I look at it like this. It's all about the money in this case. Is Tampa Bay going to pay him that money? I don't think so. If they just keep more defensive players around and keep extending their contracts. And then with a long-term deal for Chris Godwin and keeping Blaine Gabbert and keep working on Kyle Trask. When you have Deshaun Watson, who's quarterback one ready now, and in reality,
trade like a few first-round picks.
Exactly, you can trade a first-round draft. Exactly,
and you can get Deshaun Watson.
Exactly.
Honestly, that'll be your first. Deshaun Watson's only 26. Though.
Exactly, you get rid of Blaine Gabbert, that useless contract. He's just a bench warmer, just like Taysom Hill.
I see these allegations against Deshaun Watson being dropped anyway. So
I see it too because there's no hype around it. There's been women who've already decided not to testify anymore. What's the point? If the
women don't decide to testify, that you can clearly tell that means they're lying.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my point. I mean, there's no point of this saga continuing. But I can see Deshaun Watson going to Tampa Bay. I can see if Chris Godwin wants to re-sign, I think that keeps Leonard Fournette around. Because I think if Chris Godwin was leaving, then Fournette was gone. I'm sorry. I mean, there's no other way of explaining it. I mean, those two guys have a great chemistry together with Mike Evans on there. Mike Evans would just stay in Tampa Bay because he loves Florida. He ain't got to go anywhere. Unless they don't give him enough money.
Mike Evans is his young guy, so he might take a contract.
Exactly. He'll take a pay cut just for Chris Godwin to be around. Absolutely. He's not selfish. He's not Antonio Brown. He's you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying he's not Kanye West either, but I mean, it's who the hell wants to be Kanye West at this point?
I mean, he has been hanging around Kanye a lot. So.
Who?
AB.
Well, yeah.
He even dresses like him now too.
Pretty sure he's trying to have a threesome right now that involves Kanye and Julia Fox. I'm convinced of that one.
Julia broke up with Kanye.
Well, but they're still having sex. They're not in a relationship. There's still sex going on. I'm telling you. I guarantee.
About sex.
I'm just saying. I mean, that girl wants to be fucked by everybody. So who the hell knows? She didn't even want to have a relationship in the first place. She only wanted this for attention. She wanted to have this. And everyone's saying Kanye used her for attention. No. Kanye is more of a simp than Julia Fox is. Number one. I'm sorry. Number two, that girl is always looking for sex. So is Kim Kardashian. Mm-hmm. That's another thing. And number three, she'll use Antonio Brown too, because he'll be the next victim. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to tell you this right now. That's my guarantee right now. If Chris Godwin stays in Tampa Bay, Leonard Fournette stayed in Tampa Bay. Because right now, you got rid of the AB contract. You're going to get rid of the Gronk contract, and you're going to get rid of the Sue contract, and you're going to get rid of the Blaine Gabbert contract. What else is holding that team back?
Right.
Nothing. Exactly. Okay, we're done. We're done with the Bucs. Now.
They'll still be a playoff team next year anyway. So. Yeah.
Anyway, we're done with talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now we're going to talk about Paul O'Neill, the Yankee legend, who will have his jersey retired in August. It has been announced. I think it's August 21st, 2022 was when the announcement is. He's number 21. So why they're doing it so late in the year, who the heck knows? The Keith Hernandez jersey retirement will be July 9th for the Mets. So you have two New York legends getting their jerseys, for the whole world to see, So that'll be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of intrigue here. I've seen Paul O'Neill play for the Yankees. He's a great Yankee player, great hitter, great defensive player. Part of the whole tribe for the Yankees when they won those 4 or 5 World Series titles. I mean, it's a great story, great long-time career. He deserves it. Should have had his jersey retired a long time ago. To me, that was a great thing to hear. I was able to read on my phone. If you haven't seen my Instagram story, you have it on my story. If you haven't seen my Facebook posting from Newsbreak, you have it here. This was actually from CBS Sports. This was announced by R.J. Anderson as of yesterday. So it will be at the Yankee Stadium Monument Park. So it'll be on August 21st. That weekend they'll be playing against the Toronto Blue Jays. So who knows? By then, maybe the Yankees will be in a playoff run. Maybe they'll add a little added extra motivation. They'll probably get motivated by winning another World Championship run. Who the heck knows? It's bound to get interesting right around that time. I know this guy's not a baseball fan, so he's like, who the hell's Paul O'Neill? Who gives a crap, right? But anyway. But yes, once again, well-deserved Paul O'Neill. Again, congratulations. Well-deserved. Anyway, so we're enough of that article. It was a quick little recap on that one. Also, we're going to get into Freddie Freeman. World Series champ, Atlanta Brave, first baseman, could possibly be leaving Atlanta. There was 9 to 10 teams interested in the young free agent first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
What was Freddie Freeman?
I believe Freeman is either in his mid-20s or early 30s. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm going to look it up right now real quick. Actually,
Hey Siri, how old is Freddie Freeman?
Actually, let me do my phone.
Freddie Freeman is 32 years old.
Okay, I was right. So early mid-20s, early 30s. He's the hottest thing going in baseball right now. He's the one guy that everybody wants to have. But it's like all the guys that line up and they want the prettiest girl there and they're fighting to get the pretty girl. That's what Freddie Freeman is, and I love it. Yeah. I love the story. I like the idea of every baseball team going after this guy. You want to know what sucks though? The Red Sox ain't doing it. That's what pisses me off. And in reality, is it going to bite them? Oh yeah, because they definitely need a first baseman. So, in my opinion, I think the one team that I think either Atlanta keeps him or he goes to the Texas Rangers. Right now, they're trying to build a World Series team that they're all about winning now. That franchise hasn't been to the playoffs in nearly 10 to 11 years. To me, they're just a crap bag franchise almost every year. Last place basically every year so far since their last playoff appearance back in 2012, 2015. Actually, no, I was right. Yeah, 2015. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2015. I was wrong. So 7 years. My bad. But yeah, you get the gist of it. I mean, it's a good story. Freddie Freeman now a free agent. Might be leaving Atlanta. I think he is gone from Atlanta. I think he might be gone from Atlanta. I just can't see him staying around the Braves. I can see because it all depends on the other contracts too. And I just can't see every single guy cut their contract back while Freddie Freeman makes over like $300 million. I don't know.
Let me play baseball real quick and make $300 million. Like, ball. Let me get that.
Anyway.
Where's your baseball at?
I don't have a baseball.
Go get one.
I do, but I don't feel like playing baseball right now. Anyway, we got a show to run here. We're gonna talk about Jeremy Swayman right now for hockey. Right now, he's been a goalie now for the Bruins. So far, since Rass's retirement, his record's been 3-1-1. So that's been the story. He's had a save percentage of 0.952, which is really good. The question is right now, and after the big win that he had on Monday against the Colorado Avalanche, after beating the best team in hockey, they won 5-1. Question is now is that will he be the guy? Will he not only be the face of the Bruins, but will he lead this team to a Stanley Cup? Will he be the best goalie out there to the point where he will have the most saves in the game, and he won't allow a lot of goals? I'm going to tell you right now, no. It's not ready yet. It's not the right time. There's too many teams out there that are too tough out there. And I've already given my Stanley Cup prediction anyway when I said it was going to be the Rangers and the Avalanche. I'm still sticking with that. I'm not impressed. Even though they beat the best team in hockey and they had the best game of the season. Granted, I will give you that. He's just not ready. He's too young. If he was in his mid-20s, a little bit more water underneath his feet, then fine. or a little more ice underneath his feet, fine. If he had more guts and glory, I'd say fine. He plays too safe sometimes. I don't think he's a strong, consistent goalie in the league. I don't think he's really been that great for the Bruins, besides the fact that they've had some pretty good wins. If you want my honest opinion, the kid's got a long way to go. Is it his time? No. Is a Tuukka Rask distraction finally gone? No, because you still got Bruce Cassidy right now who's got love dreams about him at night. To me, I just see what I see right now. I see a Bruin team right now who's trying to ring you all along and then let you down in the end. Just like the Dallas Cowboys do every year when they make the NFL playoffs. It's the exact same thing. They reel you in, and then when it's time, they absolutely bomb. They absolutely bomb. Anyway, but yeah, that's my answer. He agrees with me, even though he knows nothing about hockey.
Yes.
But anyway, let's get to the final segment here, which is the NBA All-Star Weekend and how it was a complete dumpster fire.
It was garbage.
It was
I didn't even watch it. I saw some highlights. I'm like, yeah, this is trash.
It was one of the worst
20
weekends.
like, come on, no.
I would say it was bad from the skill set. Didn't they miss like 6 layups in that Friday night? There was like a skill set.
Oh yeah, it was. I forgot who it was. Missed it like 6 times from under the rim.
Under the rim, really? And then Karl Anthony Towns wins the 3-point contest, which, by the way,
that was good for him.
I didn't even know he was in the 3-point contest. Nobody else even knew he was in the 3-point contest.
Not gonna lie. I saw the list for
they didn't even bother announcing the list until the night of.
No, I did see the list, but I didn't even think I saw his name on the list the first time.
No, I didn't see them. I didn't see the list. I didn't see his name on the list either the first time.
Curry
they didn't even bother showing one.
Johnson wasn't in there.
They barely even talked about it.
I don't think Booker was in the 3-point contest.
They did not even talk about it. That's the sad part. They didn't even talk about the listing. They usually do. They talk about the 2 best things about this stuff. It's the slam dunk contest and the 3-point contest. And you want to know what, in my honest opinion? They both sucked. I didn't even know who won the slam dunk contest. That's how bad it was.
Obi Toppin from the Knicks, but it was trash.
Obi Toppin won?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
what makes the dunk contest so disappointing is that there's no major players in it. All we see are the role players and the bench players in the dunk contest.
And it's just so random because it doesn't mean anything.
And what's up with you, LeBron? He said he would be in the dunk contest one time. He hasn't been in it once.
Doesn't mean
Michael Jordan was in it a couple of times.
Exactly.
The last good NBA dunk contest was probably, I believe it was 2016 when Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon were duping it out.
Yeah.
Ever since then, it's been complete, utter garbage.
It's been terrible. It's a sad strategy.
It's sad.
I mean, that right there. I mean, the only good thing about it was the NBA. It was the halftime game of the All-Star game. By the way, Team LeBron won, so not surprising. LeBron got the game-winning shot again. Not surprising. I called it right when it happened, or right before it even happened. I don't get the whole why the goal has to be when they score 163 points. I don't get why that's the point. They don't want to have to go 163. I mean, I never understood that. I thought that was kind of pointless. I still think it is pointless. The presentation of the NBA 75 listing, that was probably the best thing about the entire thing, was all that. That was it. Nothing else about that was entertaining. Even Marcus Morris was upset about the
Cole
fact.
Anthony, Jalen Green, Obi Toppin won.
Morris.
So Cole Anthony, decent player. Jalen Green, a rising rookie. Obi Toppin, meh.
Meh? I think Toppin's pretty good. He just doesn't get a lot of opportunities.
And Juan Toscano Anderson, who?
Who?
He's on the Warriors, but
wait, who? What was his name?
Juan Toscano Anderson.
I didn't even know he was on the Warriors.
And who was in the 3-point contest?
I couldn't even tell you.
Let me see.
I just know Karl Anthony Towns won. That's all I know. I always heard Karl Anthony Towns all night throughout the entire thing when it happened. It's pathetic. Pathetic NBA All-Star. You know what? Do away with all this stuff. Except, you know what? You want to know something? This should be the rule right now. If you're not an NBA star, don't bother doing the dunk contest. Because at this point, it should just go to the NBA All-Stars. You want real All-Stars? You want All-Star starters to be in a dunk contest? That should be the rule.
Hey, Siri.
Because the only excitement and this was what was sad too.
Who was in the 2022 3-point contest?
Who even cares at this point? I mean,
I found this on the web for who was in the 2022 3-point contest. Check it out.
I wrote Siri's voice.
We should have Siri on the show more often.
Yeah.
Our next guest is Siri. Anyway, but I think the whole thing of it is that makes it so sad
Oh, the skills
is
contest.
when they were so excited about who was the guy? Was it Cole Anthony that was in that dunk contest or who?
Oh, so who was in the 3-point contest? It was
No, the dunk contest when he won the Timberland boots. Who the hell was that?
Cole Anthony.
Yeah, that was the only excitement they had all night long. Oh, he's gonna be in the Timberlands.
All right,
Who cares?
Who was in the 3-point
It's stupid.
contest?
You're getting excited about a guy putting the boots on? I could put boots on and slam dunk. I could do a windmill with freaking that on. He didn't even do an impressive dunk.
All right, so the 3-point contest did have a few good. CJ McCollum.
Yep.
Trey Young.
Yep.
Who I'm surprised didn't win. Zach LaVine. He was in
LaVine should have won.
First of all, Zach LaVine, you were in the wrong competition. Desmond Bain, who's actually been one of the best 3-point shooters in the league this year. Carl Anthony Towns.
Yep.
Fred VanVleet, shout out to him for making the All-Star team. Luke Kennard and Patty Mills. Other than that, it was a good field.
I'm surprised Kennard lost that one.
It was a good field.
Was Kennard eliminated in the first or second round or whatever round they did? How many rounds they ever had in this year?
I think he was eliminated in the first.
He was eliminated in the first?
I don't know.
Oh, my Lord.
Honestly,
and he was pegged to win. He was a favorite in that one.
Honestly, it was a good field.
Wow.
Carl Anthony Towns winning, I'm honestly not even upset about that.
That's embarrassing. When you're like, and that actually is embarrassing. When you're pegged to win, you should win. That's a no-brainer. Come on. Let's be real here for a minute. Anyway.
Evan Mobley won the skills cup.
Anyway, all I gotta say is, who cares about that? The All-Star weekend sucked.
Also,
it was the worst.
It needs to be fixed. Like
it was.
They need to get more stars to actually participate.
Exactly. And at this point, who gives a say that name again? Juan Toscano Anderson. It sounds like
that's a bench player. I don't think that dude plays.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a food brand, like a can of beans. That's what it reminds me of, like Mexican beans.
That's like flan.
Flan?
Yeah, like flan. Like disgusting flan.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like yeah.
But yeah, NBA All-Star Weekend was a complete dumpster fire. It sucked. I would not watch it. I wouldn't even buy the DVD. I wouldn't even watch it on YouTube. Don't even bother. You didn't miss a damn thing except for Carl Anthony Towns. That was it.
The only good thing about All-Star Weekend since like 2016 is the 3-point contest because like the past few years we had Curry,
honestly,
Booker winning.
The 3-point contest and the dunk contest are the two best things. That's it.
Oh, the dunk contest is right now the worst thing about All-Star Weekend.
No, I disagree. This year sucked.
The skills competition is more interesting than dunk competition nowadays.
Nah, I wouldn't even say skills competition is even that great.
So you're saying that right now? So you're saying that the dunk contest was the best thing?
No, not this weekend. No. I'm just saying in general. Out of every
this year and last year, it was trash.
I thought last year was good.
Wait, who even won it last year?
I can't remember. I just thought it was better than this year's though.
Hey Siri,
because this year sucked.
Who won the NBA dunk contest in 2021? I think it was Greg Robinson, was it?
Okay, I found this on the web for Hey Siri, who won the NBA dunk contest in 2021.
Just tell us the winner. Like, seriously.
Oh, it was Anthony Simmons from the Trailblazers.
He was actually pretty good with those dunks last season. I thought he was actually pretty good.
I don't even remember him in the whatever. Like I said.
But yeah.
The dunk contest is forgettable because, like.
No, I don't think.
Who even remembers the winners? Unless it's like a star.
Unless you have to look at the names of it, yeah. But here's the thing: I don't think people watch it just for the 3-point contest. I think they watch it for the slam dunk contest. I'm convinced they do.
Because the slam dunk contest is the most hyped up competition,
and it never really disappoints. This was the only year it really sucked.
No, the past couple of years it's been like more. Ever since 2016.
I don't know. I don't think it was.
Correction. Starting in 2017 onwards, it's been disappointing.
I'll give you this. I think the ratings for it's been bad, but I think people are just losing interest in watching the same things over and over again.
No, I'm not saying just who's participating in it.
Right.
It's like we got a bunch of no names participating.
Right, but it gives them a chance to shine. I think people are just losing interest in it because either they don't know the date for it or they just don't care for it.
Let me see Zach LaVine back in the competition. Let me see LeBron. Let me see.
Because really, who watches the All-Star game besides the people in sports that have to cover it? I mean, think about it. There's not a general popular thing behind it.
I bet, yeah. Put the smallest person in the NBA right now in dunk contest.
But this dunk contest in general was
the
terrible.
Worst.
It was by far the worst one yet.
They're saying the past few ones were the worst. Like, no, this one was the definition of the worst.
I think they should improve the rules, in my opinion.
Not the rules.
I think they should make it more interesting because it's the
Well,
same thing
apparently
every year.
Jalen Green
It's the same thing every
had
year.
one dunk attempt and one set for a dunk. Missed it 20 times.
I'm gonna
no.
wait a minute. He missed 20. Wait, he
missed 20.
He kept it going at the 3.
Yes, he missed 20 dunk attempts.
Wow,
in one set.
That's never happened before in the NBA. I'm sorry. The
No,
rule,
so
the rule always
is
was.
a good dunker.
The rule always was if you miss 3 dunks in a row, you're done.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you allow them to do 20?
It was either 20 in one set.
Either they're trying to cover the hour or they're trying to cover something for TNT. Because I would never allow that. I don't care when anything comes to an end. The guy.
If you miss 20 attempts and you still make out like, yeah, you still get 0. I don't care.
No, I'd say you're done at the 3. Never mind 20. Or even done at the 2. Never mind 3.
But
that's pathetic.
No, honestly, get more stars into the dunk.
I say change the rules too. I say change the rules.
Change the ruls.
I say change the rules. You gotta dunk it. You gotta make at least. You gotta do at least 3 dunks 3 times. And make.
Or you get a time limit at least. Which I think
they already have. They already have that now.
No.
When you miss the first 2.
I think they got a time limit of how long it takes for you to perform the dunk.
Yeah, they do that. I'm saying in general right now, you have like 10 seconds to make this dunk after the third. When you're on the 3rd attempt, that's it. 10 seconds. Because you know how they take about 5, 15, actually not even 5, about 20, 25 seconds for the first 2 attempts.
Yeah, but I'm just so upset because I remember growing up, the dunk contest was interesting.
Oh, it was awesome.
It's complete and utter garbage.
I think they should change the rule.
I've never ever watched actual garbage in the dunk competition nowadays.
I think they should have a round. The first round, you gotta do at least 3 dunks.
And, they changed the free-throw contest too.
They can't do the same dunk 3 all the 3 times. They gotta do it in 3 different ways. Second round, you gotta do 4 different dunks 4 different ways. The third time around, the third round, you can't even be in the basketball court. You got to start from outside of the arena, sprint your way back in, and do the craziest fucking dunk of all time.
What?
That's more fucking memorable in my opinion. Because you want to know something right now?
Well, they did change something about the free-point contest. Apparently, there's an extra ball.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
that's the only thing they changed. Whoop-de-doo, they have an extra ball. Look, the slam dunk contest is the real thing about the NBA. Anybody can make a 3-pointer, okay? Depends on your skill set. If you can't make a 3-pointer, sit the hell down. That's all I got to say. That's what the NBA is about anyway, right? That's what everyone say about the NBA nowadays, right? You got to make 3s or you're trash. Or you're going to go to the G League or you're going to be like Taco Fall, who just stands like a statue.
Thank you, Steph Curry, for changing the game.
Thank you, Steph. Yeah, thank you very much. Now you're making it harder now. Anyway, but again, the slam dunk contest, that should be a rule. The third round, you have to do one particular dunk, and you got to start way outside from the arena and sprint your way back in.
That's a stupidest rule.
No, I actually like it. Actually, you know what? No. Better yet, if you don't want to do that,
they'll lose by the time they get to the arena.
And here's my opinion: then do 5 dunks in a row. Then, if that's the case,
so tell me, if they run so much, they gotta jump all the way from half court.
Or jump to the 3-point line. They gotta jump to the 3-point line, and if you whiff, you're done. And you get 1 attempt of it. You can't do it 2 or 3 times because that's a waste of time. But you can do it this way. You can do 5 dunks in 5 different ways. That's the rule now. First round, 3 dunks. Second round, 4 dunks.
So what you're saying is
third round, 5 dunks. If not that, then you're gonna run all the way from outside of the arena.
So based on the rules that you're saying,
and you're not timed when you do the whole option thing with the whole from outside to inside.
Not timed. That's terrible.
How is it terrible?
The dunk contest goes along for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
So basically, you're saying that the dunk contest go for 4 hours.
How is
5 hours?
How is it 4 or 5 hours?
Because you're saying it's untimed. So
for that one round, when you got to run from outside to inside.
Exactly.
It's not going to take the guy 2 hours to go running in and out of the arena.
No, but why run out of the arena?
It makes it entertaining. I'm looking for entertainment purposes. I don't give a crap about the whole rule after the third round.
Have them wear a tutu and wear some Space Jam boots.
No. You know what they have to wear in the next round. They got to wear a suit and tie, and they got to freaking try to dunk in a suit and tie.
I'll still go Cole Anthony wearing the Timbs.
You do realize that trash can's never open, right? So I don't even know why.
I was trying to make it in that one.
Well, you failed miserably, and it hit the ceiling.
Listen, I don't care.
So it had no shot in making it.
Yo, extend your ceiling up. But anyways, All-Star Weekend.
I can't extend my ceiling. I don't have that kind of money, but okay.
All-Star Weekend was complete garbage.
It was. It sucked. I changed the slam dunk, and here's what I would do for the 3-point contest, right? I would change the rules of the point system, and I would change the distance from where you shoot a 3-point from. That's all, because I think it's close range if you think about it.
No, they should. Honestly, they should have half-court shots in the 3-point.
They do. They should, and they should give them more points for doing that if you make it.
They should.
That's what I would do.
Like 5 attempts from half court.
Would you be the same? What's the number of attempts for each side? Is it like 6 shots?
Yeah, it's like 6 shots.
So it's a 6 shots for the five. For
6
the half
shots,
point,
plus the final one is a money ball.
Yeah.
Now they got the extra money ball.
And you know what you do? A little bit farther back for the half court shot, or like about 10 feet before.
That's the case. They would definitely.
And it should all be.
It
should all be money ball. It should all be money ball. And that's the case.
They definitely should.
So there you go. I just helped the NBA change the rules. And you want to know something right now? I guarantee they're not even listening to this podcast. They probably will be someday, but I guarantee they won't listen to it now.
They'll probably change like a few things.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean.
Okay, you.
But I like my dunk thing. My rule too. I think there should be 3 different round, 3 different dunks. Second round, 4 different dunks. Third round, either run outside from the arena and run back inside, or you gotta do 5 dunks in a row, and they all be different. You can't have the same dunk. That's all I gotta say. Because I think there should be no points for that. That's only fair. I'm just going by a point system and how you change it. Because here's the thing: you can do the same exact dunk, and the judges are gonna have no choice but to give you a certain score anyway. The rule should be is if it's the exact same dunk, you don't get points.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's the same dunk.
That's another problem too. There are players that be doing the same dunk. Like, remember a few years ago, Glenn Robinson won the dunk contest?
Yeah.
He did the same dunk every single round.
You know what they should do? You know what a guy should do, and I can't believe no one's ever done it yet. You know how everybody has their mouth open when they go for a dunk? You think about it. They always No,
why would you notice that?
I know I don't miss a fucking thing. Excuse me again, but I don't miss a freaking thing.
Listen, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly, but you notice how everybody has their mouth like wide open? There should be a guy that should hang on the rim.
So they can breathe.
I know. Well, no, they can be a nose breather too. They don't have to have their mouth open per se. Some of them don't, some of them do.
So you gotta make a rule be like, hey, you have to close your mouth.
No. That's not the point I was going for here. It wasn't even close to what I was saying. All I'm saying is there should be a dunker where a guy does a dunk, but he hangs on the rim with his mouth. I actually would prefer. I actually want to see how that would actually work off that point.
That's gotta be the stupidest thing I've ever.
No,
how would they hang from the rim?
They hang with their arm, right? They hang with their forearm.
How about they bite the rim just like?
Exactly. Yes, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Okay, no one's mouth is that strong.
John Morant almost didn't he almost do a dunk one day, and he almost had his mouth hit the rim, or had his head hit the rim, or something like that.
Because he got
so much
vertical.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Guys had the exact same.
So what? You want them to jump and then bite the rim?
Yes.
That makes no sense.
The teeth wouldn't break from that, I don't think.
Yes, they would. Depending on how hard they bite it. I can chip their teeth or something.
I don't think they can chip their teeth from that. I mean, depending on how hard the impact is, yes, don't get me wrong, I agree with that. But I think what they should do is make the dunk, try to hang on there, but make it where it's you can hang on the rim with your mouth. Don't even bite.
That's terrible because what if they slip and fall and get injured?
They wouldn't slip that. They only land on their feet. They're athletic.
So they're saying they hang from their mouth.
If not that,
they swing.
Then if not,
they'll fall on that net.
If not that, then they hang on the net. Then hang on the net after you make the dunk. That's all I gotta say.
No,
I don't know. It has to be entertaining. We're looking for entertainment purposes. Even if it sounds stupid, if it sounds stupid for a reason.
No, it's stupid.
It is. Fine.
It is really stupid.
But here's my thing. These dunk contests, they don't change. They are weak. They don't change anything. This might as well be the worst one of all time. And you want to know something? A player who, and that's a sad thing too. The best role player, Obi Toppin, won the dunk contest. That'll be the most forgotten dunk contest of all time, and it is a guy who deserved to win.
I mean, heck, I forgot who won until last year until I searched it up.
I didn't even know who.
But the last few dunk contests have been forgettable. I would say the last 2 years are forgettable. The other two, I wouldn't think so. The other 2 or 3, I wouldn't think so. The last 2, because let's be honest, nobody really cared about the All-Star thing because they were so sick of COVID. COVID was the biggest distraction. But in this case here,
There's no excuse here. This is the 75th anniversary of the NBA.
I mean, heck, even if there are role players and bench players in a dunk contest,
Right.
come up with more creative dunks, guys.
I'm sorry, but yeah,
come up with more creative dunks.
I think they're just there for a point system.
Heck, bring back more
because they already know how janked up the points are anyway. They're gonna believe in any little great dunk there is.
Bring me in as a prop. I don't care.
There's a lot of ways you could do it too. But the rule should be is if you have to make first round, you have to make 3 dunks.
Dunk on your mama.
Okay? If you don't make the first dunk, you're automatically done. Next person. He misses one. You're done.
Russian roulette.
Exactly. They can make it up for it, but they only have 2 attempts. If they don't make the second dunk, then they're already done. They can move on to the next round. That's how this should go. It's common sense.
I don't agree with that.
One dunk to me, it's so impressive. I bet you can't do a different dunk in this round or a different one for this one.
No, honestly, no.
Because really,
and
don't get the points until you're done with those 3 dunks. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying give a point for this done and give a point for this one and give a point for this one.
Honestly,
the 3 different dunks, if they're impressive enough, they give them some points. They give like a 10 out of 10.
Honestly, the only rule I say they should change is like you cannot do the same dunk that you did before or that someone else.
I'm pretty sure. Don't they do like 2 dunks in one round anyway?
No.
Didn't they used to do that like a while ago?
Yeah. No.
I'm pretty sure.
I think back like 2018 and 2019, it was like team dunks.
Yeah, that was stupid too.
That was completely stupid.
It wasn't forgettable.
That was basically like honestly, that basically had like the rules that you're saying right now.
Right.
And it was terrible.
Well, it wasn't team dunks though.
It was team dunks.
How was it team? Oh, was it certain teams?
It was like this group of 3,
but this
group of 3.
But no, I'm not going by my teams though. I'm going by just the individual.
No, it shouldn't even be that either.
I think it should be. That's what the dunk contest is about. It's not about a certain team. It's about a certain player. We always know this.
The rule of 10 is like you shouldn't. The rule should be you shouldn't attempt the same dunk that you did before.
That's what I'm saying.
Or that someone else already did.
That's why I said 3.
If you do that,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying 3 different dunks. That's all I'm saying.
No, the players just need to be more creative. That's it.
No, I know. This gives them a chance to be creative 3 different ways in certain rounds. That's all this. Yes, it is. How is it going to tire them out?
Just keep the same one dunk around.
We already know you're going to have a 5-minute commercial break anyway, so what's the freaking point? Think about it. What the hell is this? Oh, I got this. I don't know why this is coming out. This is from yesterday, by the way.
Just keep the whole one dunk around thing, but don't have it be the same as before.
Well, here's the thing. It's one dunk though, and it's gonna be the same no matter how you look at it. They always start with
they always
start off with a shitty dunk anyway. So what's the point? Think about it.
Yeah.
They don't really have a creative one the first one. It takes like 3 different rounds for it to happen.
Exactly.
So why are we just limited to one dunk then? If
just
you
keep
can't,
one dunk.
You can't have a basic dunk in the first round. I'm sorry, you can't.
There should be no basic dunks in general. Dunk contest, the best dunk you could possibly do. Not like jump from the everyone tries to dunk from the free throw line. So
yeah, because they want to be Dominic Wilkins, but you know what, Wilkins. You know what the funny thing of it is too, if you think about it though, Dominic sometimes I got to question his judging sometimes. He gives 10s to
get some better judges. Like
honestly, they have the same judges every year. You want to know what they should do next year? Get different judges. But you want to know something? They should get ones.
Get me as a judge.
No. I'll give you my judges I want for next year. But I know the NBA's never going to go for it. Give me Kevin Hart. Give me LL Cool J. Give me that Brittany Gardner chick, that huge Baylor chick that used to play for college basketball for Baylor. Give me her as a judge. Give me no Shaq, no Kenny Smith, no Ernie Johnson. Don't give me any of that. You want to give me? Give just for the hell of it. Give me Kevin Garnett. Give me KG.
How about we get the actual past winners of the dunk contest?
Or that too.
Judges.
Or that too.
Like
you know what they should just do? You know what they should just do just for the hell of it? They should have women NBA basketball do dunk contests on the same week as the All-Star weekend.
Nah, because no offense.
And have females.
The women don't have. No offense to the women at all. They don't have
you're sexist pig.
Same vertical athleticism.
Oh, I disagree.
Some do, but not all of them.
Nah, I disagree.
How many dunks have there been in WNBA history?
How many people have been watched the WNBA?
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
No offense, woman.
But I've watched them, and sometimes they are impressive. I will say that though.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
In terms of a shooting set, but in terms of dunking, it's only been 4 or 5 dunks in WNBA history.
There's been more than that, I'm pretty sure.
And all of them come from relatively tall girls.
Yeah.
You don't see a 5'5" girl jumping up, dunking on someone.
Here's my opinion, though, at this point, though. You look at the past winners of the NBA, sometimes they're like butt hurt, and they're going to be like, oh, you're trying to copy me now? All right, I'm gonna jank up your score. Just get like random celebrities in there. Doesn't even have to be basketball players.
Get like actual.
I'm going by the entertainment purposes, though, because think about it, though. You have the same people in there who
But it has to be
and you look at that generation
that
that's watching
actually do watch basketball.
Right.
Because I believe they had some people in there that don't know shit about basketball.
It's our generation.
Yeah.
And it's a newer generation that doesn't even know who the hell Paul Pierce is or Vince Carter is. Or even LL Cool J. Or even Kanye. There's people out there who don't even know who Kanye West is.
Instead of
and honestly, that's probably a good thing.
TikTok, watching your stupid little memes, making it.
Or playing. What's that game that you guys play most of the time in my group chat?
Oh, Among Us.
We don't
even play that anymore.
That's by the way, that game
died.
That game died a death. I'm glad you guys don't play that anymore, but my God, that
is it still
sucked.
fun to play? Yes.
Debatable.
Well, it depends on who you're playing with. That's what makes the game fun.
I think I don't know.
If you're playing with a bunch of random people,
I always die.
I've done that a lot of times.
I always die. That's why I hate the game so much. I'm always the first one to go.
Because you don't know how to play the game.
No, I play the game. I already know how to play it.
You don't know how to play the game.
Oh, I know how to play it. I always die every time, though.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
If you're the first one to die, you don't know how to play it right.
No, but like it's just bad luck. Like if I'm not good at a certain game, it's just like I know I'm gonna be the first one dead.
No.
That has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it at
No,
all.
but all right. Enough All-Star chat. Long story short, All-Star Week is trash now.
It sucked completely.
Yeah.
Make it better, NBA.
Make it better.
Do my thing.
Or I'll make you better.
Do my idea.
Don't do it.
My idea was great.
Just
three different
put in
dunks.
the rule that like you can't attempt the same dunk as you did before or that someone else did in the contest.
I don't mind 3 dunks though in one round though, and here's why. Because it's actually kind of impressive if you can do it.
They basically have tried that before with the team dunks a couple years ago. It was garbage.
It wasn't 3 dunks though in that round though. I'm pretty sure it was 2 dunks in one round. They just went back to that same rule though from the early 2000s when it was an individual one.
What year was that? NBA.
What, when they actually had that team thing? It was 2018, I think. I'm pretty sure it was 2018. But that sucked. And I don't even. And here's the thing. That's what really pissed me off. It's why they brought it back in the first place, because somebody had the idea of like, oh, it has to be a team thing. What the hell's the point? It's about the freaking player who wins the thing, not the category of players who basically were outdone by that one guy in that same category. That's stupid. Anyway, 100% stupid. You get 3 dunks in one round by one player. It's not a team thing. You got to do 3 amazing different dunks and get the 10 points. It's that simple.
What year did they have an NBA?
And it can't be the same dunk 3 different times.
All-Star weekend. Hey, that dog's out here.
I know. My dog bells him inside my house. I know. He hears me right now ranting. That's why. Why is your Siri so low?
No,
you had it on loud before, and now it's almost like completely on mute.
Google. I was on the Google thing.
So what? That should be the same value as the Siri is.
No, because with iPhones, I had to reinstall Google for the Play Store.
So it has to be on a lower volume just to talk.
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. You have to reinstate Google, but Google can't be louder than
Because
Siri.
the iPhone with Androids, it automatically logs onto Google. With iPhones, it's through Apple and everything.
Well, that's why Apple iPhones suck, and that's why Galaxies are awesome. Galaxy's the best way to go.
I just switched over to iPhone. The best thing is it doesn't lag.
I'm sorry to tell you, it does lag.
Listen, you're lagging.
And it takes about no. And I want to tell you this: it takes about like a year for it to lag. You know how long I had that old Galaxy before I had this phone right here. You know how long it took me for my phone to start lagging?
Yeah, that's like 20
I had that 4 years with no lag to it whatsoever. You know how many iPhones I went through that had a lag? 1 and 1.5 years after I had the phone, it started to lag like crazy. And I could have been connected to the best Wi-Fi.
Okay, we're not going to iPhone.
I'm not. But what I'm saying is iPhone suck.
Galaxy. We're going to have
better.
an iPhone debate.
All right, fine.
All right.
We'll do it next week. We're not gonna do it this week.
Until then, I'm gonna go play with this dog.
I know we're gonna end our show. I know it's been this is a long one today. I didn't think the NBA All-Star Week would be the longest thing of the entire chat in this whole thing. I thought it would be like the whole.
Yeah, originally we're just gonna be like, yeah, it sucked.
It did.
That was it.
But
like,
no,
we went into a whole bunch of detail of why it sucked and why I should.
And why people should dunk right now, hold on to their for the mouth.
Yep, exactly.
That would be pretty cool though. I might try it one day.
That would be completely
I'm
stupid.
gonna try doing a dunk one day and trying to hang it in my mouth. I'm gonna try it. I think I.
All right, I guess I'll see you in the hospital.
Oh, you don't see me in the house. I'll be fine.
I'll see you in the hospital. But until then,
Here's the thing.
I'm Michael Smith.
This
This is Joseph Avo. Good night.
Follow us on social media. You know the deal.
You know the deal. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.